Now, one of the things that I like to do when I pull up on a spot and I'm wanting to crank it, I like to think of the wind direction and take into consideration that I'm going to use it a little bit to my advantage to be able to make a long cast. Anytime you're deep cranking, we're out here with the Z-Boss 20. This is the lure that I set the all-time record on in a day of competitive bass fishing with 88 pounds in Texas. Anyway, just a phenomenal lure. But regardless of what brand you're deep cranking with, the length of your cast is the most important aspect. That's the main reason I choose to use BB1 Pro. It's a reel that has the level wind is a greater distance from the spool where it releases, therefore you're gonna have less friction as that line snakes through the level wind. It also has a large spool capacity. You're gonna hold a lot of line on here. And when you're making those long casts, you gotta have a reel that's really gonna allow you to keep your gear ratio. So if you lose a lot of line and you're using a small low profile reel, that's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna take you guys through a cast of being able to get the most distance you can. As you can see, we got a little bit of a windy day and I've got the wind at my back. Holding on this spot is we're going to crank this offshore hump right here. And as I make that cast, I'm going to use my entire body and really load up. It's no different than a baseball swing, hitting a golf ball or anything else. It's not just your wrist, your elbows and your arms. The first thing I like to do, that I like to say, is I like to keep my elbows real tight to my body, and everything is just going to be a turn of the body and my wrist. So let's go through that cast. You're going to see how I'm going to turn and really explode with my hips and make that cast and get that distance. It's all about making that turn and getting that lure out there. If you're not getting a deep diving crankbait away from your boat, you're not going to make those long casts. That is the key. You see two people in the boat throwing the same lure. One guy is making a long cast and really getting that lure out there, and he's the one that's going to have success.